Hi YouTube family, Lisa A. Romano here, the ACOA Life Coach, and today I want to show you another diagram that I created. And the reason I'm using the diagrams is because ever since I was in grammar school and went to college for nursing, I've always used diagrams to help me conceptualize certain ideas that I found that abstractly were difficult to conceive. And so I'm hoping that the diagrams that I've created actually help you be able to understand what's really going on an abstract level. Let's face it, the mind is an abstract thing until we break it down. The other thing that I want to ask you, however, is if these diagrams are not working for you, then I don't mind hearing that information, because this channel is all about me helping you. This channel is about me sharing with you the ideas that I've adopted and some of the skill sets that I've created that have helped me heal myself and truly, truly transform my life and get through codependency and conquer it and really break the cycles of dysfunction that have plagued my family for generations. I really feel that I've successfully done that, and it's so liberating and freeing, and I want to share that kind of self-love with the world, because if I can help you love yourself, then you go out and you share that love where you are. And when you love someone in a true sense, that because you have learned to love yourself. You can only love someone in the truest sense when you've learned to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you are patient with self. You are kind with self. You are forgiving. You have no record of wrongs. You don't punish yourself for things that happened a year ago. You learn to say things to yourself like, I refuse to blame myself and beat myself up for doing things in a time in my life where I just didn't know that I was unconscious. Or I refuse to blame myself for not knowing what I didn't know. And so when we love ourselves that way, then we are safe to go out into the world and love other people. Because then what we do is we offer that type of love to others, but here's the tricky part. You don't love anyone, you love everyone, but in terms of your, experience on an intimate level, in terms of partnership and bonding, you don't want to get into relationships with people who don't love you that way, because that will be a very negative experience for you. So the goal is to love yourself and then to attract that type of love. And you will naturally, because you'll be vibrating on that level. You will have successfully climbed the scaffolding, the invisible multidimensional scaffolding that is this vibrational place that we live in, that just because we can't see these vibrational planes don't mean they ain't there. Because God knows when we think in a negative, that's when we get flat tires. And God knows when we hate ourselves, we attract people who are not nice to us. So hello. It's time we all make believe we can see these vibrational planes, because we can feel them. And if you can trust your chakra system, which is why we have one, if you can trust your chakra system and you can learn to really honor those nuances, then you can successfully climb these different rungs or ladders of multidimensional planes, these vibratory planes, and get yourself to resonate at a place where you will inevitably and ultimately attract an amazing partner. I did it, and I'm so happy. You know what? I have my calendar right here. I'll show you my lovely family. Whoops, this is us. And, I know some of you will absolutely notice that there is an orb following me in this picture. Where is it? Everything's backwards when I look at it right there. So this is my honey. He's just awesome. These are my 3 children, and these are his lovely children. And we have successfully merged our families, and we is very, very happy, and every day it gets better and better. And I'm working on that, and the way I work on that is I take care of my vibrational frequency, because I want to keep matching up with awesome, awesome stuff. Okay, so getting to my diagram. Now, remember, if you hate it, don't worry about it. Just tell me. Okay, so see this crown at the top here? This represents your higher self. So this is outside of the physical thing that we call the brain. Okay, so this represents the physical brain. Okay. The brain consists of a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is where all your data, and your programming exists. Hold on. Yeah, all right, so no more reflections. Okay, so we have all your programming and your data is below the subconscious mind, and this represents the veil. Even biblically, the Bible says that when man is born, a great sleep falls upon him. And so this line here represents that veil that causes men to fall asleep. So hang in there. So if you are the adult child of an alcoholic, you have been lied to, you have been raised by fear-based parents, denial-based parents, and you have been taught some really ridiculous belief systems. That's your data. That is all in your subconscious mind. Now, I want to go down to this. Imagine your brain is a laptop. Just stick with me. So, the subconscious mind is the program that's running this laptop. The conscious mind represents the screen. The conscious mind is just what you can see. So when we look at a laptop or we look at a computer screen, we can only see what's on the screen. We can't see what's running the program. When you're walking about your day and you react to this and you react to that comment and you react to that news story and your brother pushes you, or your brother says something, or your sister says something, or your mother says something, and you react, you can't see the information or the data or the programming that is running and or fueling what's coming up on the screen for you, because it's below the veil of consciousness. But we are divine beings, and we came here with the ability to create our own reality. And you are creating the reality you're living in right now. I know it's hard to believe that, and people don't want to accept that. But when you live in a state of, I am not enough, you are living in a state of lack. And you are going to attract lack. When you say to yourself, I can't get out of this situation, what do you think is going to show up on your screen? Emptiness, lack, fear. All the reasons that you can't leave that dysfunctional marriage are going to become supported here on this screen, because what's running down here is I can't leave. And then what comes up is the correlating data or program or information that actually correlates with what you're saying. The brain is a congruent thing. And so whatever the program is, the conscious mind reflects that. And that's actually a defense mechanism. So that's actually a survival mechanism. So what happens is we absolutely need to be congruent. And so that's the way the brain works. So if I walk around and say, I'm not enough, the brain accepts that information. It does not care that it's mommy and daddy's fault that you feel like you're not enough. The brain cannot objectify itself. The data doesn't know it's data. The data doesn't know it's corrupt data. A virus doesn't know it's a virus. A virus just is a virus. It's a hologram. And so you are not living and you are not thinking if you are not in this realm. And I need to question free will at that point, because anyone that's living below this veil, it's not free will. You are running off the program. And so how I tie this into being the adult child of an alcoholic is when I was going through my recovery process and I heard the information, you're codependent. But you're codependent because you were raised by 2 adult children of alcoholics. And you're depressed, but you're depressed because you're codependent. I was like, okay, how do I get out of this? And then I began to realize, like, oh my God, I have been programmed for dysfunction. I have been programmed to think and believe like them, and they're asleep. So what I have to do is I have to get inside my own damn head and debunk this stupid bull crap that's running around down here so that I can live choosing. But I have to get to here. I have to get beyond this. And so when you understand, you must first be able to cognitively, and you got to be a little intelligent to grasp this information. So you have to be able to understand that if you are not in higher realms of consciousness, you are not choosing, not deliberately choosing what's happening to you. You are just running off your program. You're a reactive being, just reactive. And so that's why you keep recreating these experiences. So the way to break free is really to begin programming your own subconscious mind. So this is you And this crown, I know it's kind of ghetto looking, but this is supposed to be a crown which represents your higher self. But you get the picture. I know you do. Don't judge my drawing. I'm trying to help y'all. All right, whatever. Okay, so you have got to become able to and aware enough and detached enough and enlightened enough to say, wait a minute. This ain't my stuff. This ain't my stuff. That's my mother's stuff. That's my grandmother's stuff. That's my father's stuff. You know, my father was abusive. I don't want to be abusive. My father's a lazy so-and-so. I don't want to be lazy so-and-so. Okay. Once you understand that from this space, you look down at the programming, you understand it's not you. It could be kind of like schizo feeling, like, what does that mean? It's a little scary because, you know, you begin to understand that you've been living your life like a robot. And so, but that's a really sacred space, and that's when you start waking up. That's the moment of, I'm getting goosebumps right now, and to me, that's that just represents the idea that a lot of you might be, this information might be resonating with you. But if you can stick in that space and you can say, okay, I can see the programming, and I can acknowledge that it's not mine. And I can acknowledge that if I can stay in a conscious space, a truly, truly connected conscious space, then I can observe the mental chatter and I can learn to let it go. And I can learn to let it go and not attach to it. So enlightenment represents the idea that your mind is your true higher self mind, the one mind, the universal mind that is connected to the one mind that governs everything, is boundless. It's boundless. When you get to this point of enlightenment, you realize that you are everything and everything is you. And all this other stuff, these ant-like thoughts, is all BS. Unnecessary. That everything is temporary and that the mind can at any time recreate itself. And that currently your life is basically a living, breathing manifestation of your thought process. And if you can stick with that and take total responsibility for that and say, okay, it is what it is. Up until now, you know, what's shown up in my environment is a manifestation of my thought process. But guess what? I'm so incredible and I'm so divine that I have control over what I think about. I can control my focus. So the next video, what I'm going to be talking about is how you can gain control over your focus and how you can begin creating and manifesting true abundance in your life. And I'm telling you, I've done it, and my life is just getting better and better. And so, still getting those goosebumps. That's good. Okay, my name is Lisa A. Romano. I'm a teacher of all things wonderful, in my opinion. I am a coach for life, really known as a life coach, but I consider myself a coach for life. My books are The Road Back to Me, My Road Beyond the Codependent Divorce, Loving the Self-Affirmations, that will help you break your unconscious belief system, which is really cool, and it's on audio. So if you fall asleep to those affirmations, your life will change. I'm working on another one right now. And also quantum tools to help you heal your life now. I suggest you also consider getting that in audio, because these books you can listen to over and over and over and over. And when you do that, when you allow your mind to get into a theta state, what will happen is your brain becomes very susceptible to this information. And that's really where our work really has to get done. We have to change this, people. We have to change this by using this. Okay? All right. Namaste. Bye-bye.